everyone, it is Kaahlan, and welcome back to my playthrough of Danganronpa. So in our last episode, so much actually happened. How to recap that? Well, Celeste and Hifumi, well, they got attacked in the episode before that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we talked to them. We went looking for, I guess, the body? I don't know. Or not the body. We went looking for the culprit, the person that attacked them. And then while we were on the third floor, while we were on the second floor, we heard Celeste scream. And then when we came up to the third floor to Celeste, we heard Hifumi scream from the first floor. And then we split up, and when we went downstairs, Hifumi was dead. And then I came upstairs, and Taka was also dead. And then Hifumi's body went missing while Hina and Celeste went to the bathroom. So in other words, and then Taka's body went missing. So yes, in other words, there was a lot of stuff jam-packed. Anyway, now we're trying to look for the two bodies. My current hypothesis is that Hifumi is not actually dead. This is my guess. I think Hifumi might have actually just set this up to look like he's dead. But then he got up and ran away once the two girls were out of the room. So, we'll see.
Huh?
Where could two dead bodies have disappeared to?
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that? Oh. Huh? The door must be locked. That's super suspicious because I went in there before the lab and it wasn't locked, and also a bunch of the hammers were missing. Why would it be locked now? Do any of you have to say anything about that? No, it doesn't look like it.
Damn.
I don't like that. Is there a key for this door? I need to get in there. Okay, I'll go keep looking because it seems like it wants me to, but that... Okay. And does also, you know what? Does Hifumi still have the trash, the cleanup? Was he playing the long con? Did he just get the incinerator key early on? Alright, I guess I should look for the bodies, not necessarily evidence right now. Classrooms. Okay. Yeah, let's go downstairs. Oh! I guess I cannot go downstairs. Despair Squadron. Are there other bears? Who are these pink and green buddies? I wonder if those are the bears from the later games. Makoto.
Come on.
Why are you just standing there? We need to get to the repository. Huh? You mean?
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's bodies had both been hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. Their bodies were in the repository? Wait. Where's the repository? Is that on the map? She's still in the equipment room. Cool. Oh, in the art room. Okay, okay. I was like, what is the repository? Hey, I tried to check there, alright? I found this. They're still in my thunder. Are the bodies here somewhere? Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. Then I have no choice but to go inside. Why was it locked when I checked? So I opened the door. And when I entered, I saw... Was I wrong? Was I wrong about Hifumi? The two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for a second time. Ding dong, ding dong.
A body has been discovered!
Oh, okay. So Taka was the first announcement. Hifumi wasn't. Hifumi was still alive. But Hifumi then got up and came up here to get his body? How is everyone completing these movements without being seen? And then I feel like someone must have killed Hifumi after he grabbed Taka. Maybe I'm way off base. Anyway.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
And so here we are.
It's the
Without
Monokuma
further ado, let
file!
me give you all the next Monokuma file. I was going to hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen.
What?
It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is waiting for you.
Now, make sure to investigate with all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya later!
Well then, now that we've found the bodies, all that's left to uncover is the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. This is all just too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body.
Who would do this? Why? Why?
Large wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheeks. If this were some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. I knew it! This wasn't...
He's alive again?
okay.
Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming? Hifumi! Wake up! Huh? That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak. Come on, you gotta wake up! I remember everything. Before I met you all. I met you all.
What? I remember before I met you all? Interesting. His memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us. Were we actually students before this happened? I'm just thinking of the photo with like Mondo and Chihiro and stuff.
The light. It's reaching out to me like the tail of a comet. Hey, Hifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name.
Yasuhiro?
Hiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return, just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now, this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask, and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill 2 of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although, this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Aw, man. I still have a feeling that Hifumi killed Taka. But then, maybe someone else killed Hifumi. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Okay, here's my thing though. The first body report must have actually have been for Taka, right? Cause why else would it have gone off then? Hifumi was obviously still alive. He was alive until right now. In fact, he was alive until after the second announcement. So, very strange.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt. She has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma
Don't be rude.
appears!
I'm here to answer your question. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So, are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget, no matter how much you might assist in a murder. Only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So, in other words,
Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well?
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is
Extreme!
the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. The true blackened? So just one person?
Well now.
That's enough for explainifying. Now, it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. The final battle. So there can be only one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true then, Kyoko, where are you?
However,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
Okay, that line right there just made me think it might actually be Celeste. What if Celeste got Hifumi to do her dirty work for her? Somehow, pinned it on Hiro. We'll see.
So, you know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect, just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. What? I'm offended.
You, when did you?
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
You SOB!
Anyway, you there, Milksack Swimmer Girl.
Huh?
Milksack?
You've gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know.
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
so then.
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
it's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? No, I don't think so. I'm not gonna play into the game's hand this time, but maybe it's just me. But I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. I agree. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice hammers have been designed using these as a model? Either way, all the hammers have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Spotless hammer has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Why would they need to wash one? Okay, well, okay, I guess the 4 hammers were found, and there are 4 missing there. But one of them is in here and washed, which means it was probably used to hit Hifumi again. Is there anything else in here? Well, yeah, I guess I should investigate their bodies. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way, there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Oh, that makes sense. Which means that Hifumi was killed in here. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. Yeah, I think Hifumi was hit in this room after he moved Taka's body. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. Alright, I got another theory. I do think Hifumi was in on this, because I think he was probably the one that attacked Taka. But I think he's working with Celeste. I think... I'm trying to think of how Celeste could have hit him. Here. But I'm just thinking, like, the camera setup. Oh, maybe Celeste stole the laptop so that she could control him. Maybe Celeste stole the laptop to make him do her bidding. And then gave us a wrong name. Again. Okay, let's see. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? Yeah, I think Hifumi came up to the third on his own. It's no good. I just don't get it. I'm just trying to think, cause like... Hifumi... If Hifumi came up to the third floor, that would have been... while... Hina and Sakura were in the restroom, and I came upstairs to talk to Byakuya and Sakura. But did me and Byakuya and Sakura ever leave the room? Because I'm just wondering, if Hifumi came upstairs, I guess he could have hid for a second? But I just don't know how he would have gotten Taka's body out and into the repository. But Celeste must have... Celeste screamed upstairs for a reason. To distract us from something. And then... Hifumi screamed from downstairs and we all came down. Then it would seem like there would have to be someone else working. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm not sure. I can't figure this out yet. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. No, probably from the hammer in this room that's been washed off. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it. His glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But now, they're completely clean. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that? And why? He would, if he needed to see, to come upstairs. Hifumi's glasses has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Is that it?
So,
Hey, Makoto? I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository.
Huh? What is it?
After Hifumi and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But
And we came right to the repository to, you know, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. I also noticed that it was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now?
I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there. But I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Yeah, you're right. There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then.
Would you like my help? Yeah, you know what? Sure. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. Well, no, I heard Hina scream and came up there. Then Hina went and found other people. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office, what's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. See? A lot of this has been Celeste diverting us away from places. Then, right after that, Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further into the hallway and disappeared.
Yeah, I don't think she saw him. I think that was all a diversion. I think Taco was probably dead really early.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been.
Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse. Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However,
But at the same time, we had discovered Taco's body in the equipment room.
Which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office. Okay, so we did leave them up here alone. The question is, Hifumi must have just come up here and hid somewhere while he waited for us to go downstairs? Leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body has disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment. So yeah, we were downstairs the whole time. He had more than it was all Celeste. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared. So from there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. Celeste was the one that found the bodies too. I think it was Celeste. Oh, I'm so sad! And there we rediscovered the two bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However,
looking back, things have certainly been active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Okay, I really do think it's Celeste then. There's just too much— oh, and there's even the wheelie cart in here. Huh? But wait. I don't know why I didn't read any of that. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? Oh, okay, so it totally was used to move his body. And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. We did see that there were marks in the blood from Taka, where Taka's body was earlier. Okay, okay. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Probably to move Taka's body? I feel like that's pretty obvious. Okay. This is becoming a long episode. I feel like now is a good time to stop, and then we will continue investigating next time. This has been like a really exciting series of episodes. I'm stoked to find out what'll happen next. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you're having a good time, please consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye!